Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I am going to show you how can you get started with your C#.NET application in VS Code. So this is the most frequently received question for me, and what people are asking is, we are not a Python developer, we are C# developer, but still we want to go ahead and use VS Code for our day-to-day applications. So how can we do that? Because VS Code is mainly meant for Python, but now it is also extended to other programming languages. So, and that's the reason it is getting more and more popularized. So let me quickly show you how you can do that. So I have opened this VS Code, and right now I have not opened any folder or anything, it's just an empty one. So what I'm going to do, the very first thing is I will quickly open up a folder here in which I'm going to place my solutions. So for that, I have already created this empty directory, and here you can see there is nothing inside this. Okay, and let me close all these notifications. Okay, now we have the directory wherein we are going to place our very first line of code. But before going ahead, we need to make sure that we have the required extensions installed. So the extension which we are looking for is .NET Install Tool. So make sure that you have this extension installed, because this is the one who is going to help us with managing the dependencies, running the code, and how to add tools here and there. So this could be one of the very useful utility in your toolbox. So I would recommend you to go ahead and install it. And once it is installed successfully, you will see that these buttons got turned into disable and uninstall. Well, so once this thing is done, and make sure to check this auto update so it will be updated in your machine rather than you are doing it manually every time. Well, so let's go ahead and try this out. So the very first thing is you need to open a terminal. You can choose any terminal, but I personally prefer PowerShell, so I'm going to use this one. Now, in order to create a project, what we need to do is we need to create an empty project first. So let's go ahead and create our empty console application. So I would say .NET new console, and here you can say -o and your application name. So my application name is my app. I went ahead and did this, enter, and here you can see it is saying so restore succeeded. And on the left hand side you can see that my app got added here. It is having a program.cs file and which is having one line of code in it. So this is just the boilerplate code or the default code which you will get for your console application, and from here you can start writing your code. So let me quickly close this. Now, next thing what we need to do is we need to execute this application, and before executing we need to know how to build this code. So for building the code, we do have a command. Before giving that command, what you need to do is make sure that you are in the correct directory for which you are building the code. So in my case, you can see right now I am in testdir, but my actual application or the files are placed inside my app. So what I'm going to do here is I would simply say cd my app. It is going to change the directory for me, and at the bottom you can see that now I am inside my app. Now let's go ahead and build this code. So for that we have another command, and that is .NET build, and it started building the code for me. And here you can see in green, build succeeded with 0 warnings and 0 errors, and this is the total time it took to build this application. So till here everything good. Next thing is let's go ahead and execute this application. So for that you have another command. So there are just few CLI commands which you can keep it handy initially, because when you are doing for the first time it's a bit difficult to remember all these things. So now you can see I ran this command, and here is our output, which is hello world. And like I said, it is coming from our program.cs, which is having a console.writeLine statement. Well, so this is the very basic application, but whenever we are creating a little bit more difficult or a little bit big projects, then in that case we do have some dependencies. So for C#.NET project specifically, we do rely on NuGet packages. So the next question here is, how can I pull any package for this particular application? So because here we don't have a NuGet package manager or anything like that, so everything we can do is just through our CLI commands. So let's write our next command, .NET add package, and here you need to provide your package name. So whatever the package you want to import or pull in your application, you just make that mention that name over here. So I would go with the most common one, which is for the JSON. So we'll say .NET add package newtonsoft.json. So I would say, and it will go ahead and import the most recent package for me. Let's see what it does. You can see it is pulling, and here you can see at the end restore. It means everything is in place now. Now the next thing is we have added the package, but the one most important thing which we need to do is we need to run the restore command. So most of the time it will run automatically, but if by any chance if things are not working for you, then I would recommend you to go ahead and run this restore command explicitly, because mostly it will work, but still there are instances where you may get errors. So I would recommend you to run this .NET restore command whenever you are pulling anything from the NuGet package manager. So all projects are up to date. It means we are good here. Now the last thing which I want to show you is how to remove that. And before that, let's try one thing. Now we have added the NuGet package. I'm going to reference it over here. I would say using newtonsoft.json. Here you can see that there are no errors. It means we are good to go. Now last thing I want to highlight is how to remove the package. Let's say you got added some packages accidentally and now you want to remove it. So in that case you need to run another command, .NET remove package, and here you can provide your package name, newtonsoft.json, and it will go ahead and remove the package for you. So that's how easy it is. Now you can go ahead and add, and see, as soon as I remove the package, you can see that it is showing me that red error mark over here. So this is another way to identify whether your packages are properly plugged into your application or not. And that's the reason I'm saying whenever you are doing it, just run the restore command to be on the safer side. So that's all I have for today. So if I would like to reiterate all these things, so what we did is we ran the very first command, which is to create the empty application. Then we build our application, we ran our application, and then we pulled in the required packages. And the final command, which is the restore command. So these are the 5 commands which you need if you want to get started with C#.NET application inside your VS Code. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and do let me know what other small issues or some configurations related errors you are facing, and I will try to come up with such small videos which can be very helpful for you. Thanks for watching.